it better than the weekend. We can take it back to when we said just friends. Don't wanna tell you something new. I never said I'd fall for.
Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I am starting to decorate my home for the 4th of July for the summer, and I am starting off by taking some old things around my yard and making them new again, starting off with this bench that is many years old, very faded, and I am just spraying it down with some Rust-Oleum black spray paint, as well as this little bicycle plant stand that I had kind of hanging out in the shed that I was going to toss, and I said, you know what for? It's cute, let's reuse it. And I am finishing up spray painting the back of the bench, which I wasn't going to do, but I thought, you know what, I had enough, and I said, let me just give the back a nice little finish. That way, when you do see it from my backyard, because this will be in the front, you'll see later on in the video, you can see a little bit of the back of it. So I said, you know, let's just spray it down. And while I'm at it, I'm spray painting everything. These are two lights that hang in the front of our home. One is between the garages and the other one is right by our front door. And I like the lights. I like the shape of the lights. I like the look of the lights. I just don't like the fadedness of the lights. So I am giving them a spray with the same black spray paint that I've been using for everything else. And first off, you have to do the tedious part of putting the painter's tape on there. But it was well worth it. Brought these babies back to life. And I'm all about buying new. Believe me, there is always a time and a place. But I feel like outdoor stuff, no matter what it is, furniture, lighting, toys for the kids, anything, decor, I just feel like it doesn't stay well. The outdoor stuff, it'll look good for maybe a month or two, and then it gets weathered and it gets old and it gets pooped on by the birds. And I don't know. I feel like if I can reuse something that I already have, for not a lot of money, then I try to utilize what we do have before going out and buying new. Especially for outdoor things, because it just doesn't last. And we don't have covered areas in our backyard, and very little covered area in our front yard. So everything gets weathered quickly. Everything gets, mainly pretty much in the rain and all of that. So I like to try to make new where I can. And now that I have the painter's tape on the first light, I went ahead and spray painted that. And this is me painter's taping up this second light. And then I'm going to give that a nice quick spray. And I'll tell you what, spray paint, this can did the whole bench, that little bicycle plant stand, and the two lights. And I still have some more to spare. So it goes a long way. And I'm just peeling off that painter's tape once the paint dried. And I love the way it looks. It just looks, new again, fresh. And you know what? If it gets chipped or a bird decides to poop on it, well, I could just spray paint or even just paint that particular spot black if I don't want to take out the whole thing of spray paint. But I love the way they turned out. And now I'm going to go ahead and give the faded green part of my bench a spray with this Rust-Oleum Vintage Gold. I just love this color. It's not like a true gold, but it's kind of like that antique-y looking gold. And I just love it. And it went on like a dream. And I am just using a piece of cardboard to try to keep it from getting onto the black, although it did a little bit. So I just went ahead and just touched up where I needed to. Now, these are some heavy duty lanterns that I had purchased, oh my goodness, years and years ago, I believe from QVC. And I just wasn't loving that brown color anymore. So, yep, you guessed it. I spray painted it. I spray painted the bottom that same black, and I spray painted the tops that same vintage gold. And I love the way they came out. And I placed that bench under a tree I have in my front yard. And I'm spray painting now this planter that I said, you know what? Why not? Let's keep going with the spray paint. So I spray painted it that same black, and I took off this little welcome piece, spray painted that gold, put it right next to my bench, and I love it. I even spray painted this flag holder. I'm telling you, I was on a roll. And this is an old concrete planter that actually was left with the house. There's two of them when we moved in 13 years ago, and they've lived in the backyard, they've lived in the front. They are very, very, very heavy, very hard to move. So that's why I'm doing it over here by the front door where they are going to live. And I spray painted them that same matte black Rust-Oleum spray paint. And now I'm just kind of brushing on a mixture of white and gray paint that I just combined on a plate. And I'm just very lightly putting it kind of on all the detail work of these planters. Not heavy, very lightly. And then I'm going to go around and sand it in to kind of make it look like it was meant to be there. And I didn't just paint it, kind of rough it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back on very, very lightly. I have a baby wipe in my hands. And I'm going to take some of that white gray paint, wipe the majority off of it on that baby wipe, and just really push it in hard. I'm using a kind of like a very wiry brush here. And I'm just pushing it in just to kind of give it an overall, I wanted it to have that white appearance, but nothing dark. I just kind of wanted it to look lightly brushed on. And I love the way they came out. I kind of just going back, getting any areas that I may have missed, and you can even lightly sand again, and I'll show you what they look like later on at the end of the video. But here's some more pots. I'm telling you, I'm gonna roll, guys. Here's some more pots I had sitting behind my shed that I'd used in this place previously in front of my garage here. And I didn't video it, but I painted the bottom. I actually painted them. I did not spray paint them. I painted them black on the bottom and left the top kind of that gray color. And I love the way they turned out. And here's this bicycle that I sprayed down. Here's the pots that I just showed you that were sitting behind my shed. Painted the bottoms, left the top. To me, it looked almost kind of like a concrete gray. I loved it. And I love these flowers. I went for a red, white, and blue theme. They're geraniums, petunias, and those little purple flowers are the closest kind of filler flower I could find to blue. And they really do in person give off a blue look. So I loved it. I found these topiary plants at Walmart. I actually went back because I loved them so much. I had initially purchased one, and then I ended up going back for the other two so that I can have three going, kind of flanking my garage doors with the one in the middle. And I loved how it turned out. If you can't find these ones at Walmart, I did see very similar ones at both Home Depot and Lowe's. I believe they were a little more money at Walmart. I paid $40 per topiary, and I believe Home Depot and Lowe's both had them for $50. But I love the way they look in these pots. And I love the way my little bicycle turned out. Just added a little bow there. And here's a galvanized bucket that I had kind of sitting around that my husband drilled some holes in the bottom. And I'm actually going to vinyl that front. I'm going to put some type of Cricut saying there. That'll be in my next video. And here's some the same flowers. I wanted to keep the same theme throughout. There's these lanterns that I sprayed. I ordered some waterproof timered lights to come on from Amazon, and I tucked those in there. Love how those turned out, and they match the bench, and that's what I love about DIYing things is you can customize them yourself. And here's those concrete planters that I kind of gave an aged, almost like a whitewash look over the black. I love it. I love the way they came out, using all things I had on hand. A white bucket of paint, that I had on hand, mixed with a little bit of gray paint that I had, and I love it. Here's just like a little wagon that I stole from the kids' toys. There's the bench and the planter, and I love how everything coordinates with one another because you're able to do that when you doing things yourself and you're DIYing. And could you imagine how much things would cost if you customized your own bench to all your planters and your lanterns and this is exactly why right here, and I left this in to show you why I do not like spending a ton of money on outdoor decor, because it's going to get pooped on. It's going to get pooped on. So you know what? If next year I want to kind of spray it down and make it look new again, that's how easy it is. And these are just some tall pictures, galvanized pictures I thought would look cute out here. I have lots more decorating to do. This is just the beginning. I have lots of more decor to go in the front, Americana, 4th of July, more flags. This is kind of just my baseline starting for decorating for the summer. And I love how everything turned out. I hope that I could give you a little inspiration, to use some things you have around your house. I'm sure, come on, you got to have some stuff sitting behind your shed or in your shed or around your shed. Get creative, have fun, do what makes you happy. And doing projects like this and seeing the end result definitely makes me happy. Thank you so much for hanging out. Check out, I'm sure there'll be a part 2 to this of me doing more decorating in the front. And then, oh geez, we got to head out in the back. So thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for hanging, and I'll check you in the next one. Bye.
I want it better than the weekend. We can take it back to when we said just friends. Don't wanna tell you something new. I never said I'll fall for you. I want it better than the weekend. You can show me just what I'm missing. Pretend. Don't wanna tell you something new. I never said I'll fall for you. We don't gotta fix shit. Nothing that I'm missing. I don't know if we went wrong. Shouldn't have to take this long. Wasting my days away, wishing we fall through. And I told you I want it better than the weekend. We can take it back to when we said